Good day, Doc Mel. So, I am here to present an evaluative report on the communication strategies used by Quezon Power Philippines Limited Corporation in promoting its corporate social responsibility or CSR initiatives. So, this evaluative draws from the various issues of their publication, Tinig ng Kaunlaran, and is guided by the CSR communication evaluation framework that I've developed. So this one is focusing on 9 key components supported by stakeholder theory and media richness theory. So the first one will be objectives of communication, the goal, clarity, and alignment. So Quezon Power's communication objectives are clearly aligned with its broader CSR goals. So including education, health, livelihood, environmental stewardship, and community development. So in Tinig ng Kaunlaran, the company regularly highlights how its initiatives such as SEPDEL Scholarship Program, wherein I am currently a scholar, or the Supplementary Feeding Program contribute to long-term community welfare. So these communications effectively reinforce the company's sustainability mission and commitment to social progress. So, for the evaluation of goal clarity and alignment, so communication goals are clear and aligned with CSR objectives. Also, initiatives are contextualized to reflect a real-life community impact. The next one, or the number 2, will be audience identification and engagement. So, target audience segmentation. So, the primary audiences identified in the newsletter include local residents of Mauban, local government units, students, parents, educators, and other stakeholders. Communication materials cater to these groups through accessible language and culturally resonant storytelling. So for the evaluation, key audiences are clearly identified. However, segmentation could be more detailed. For example, distinguishing youth, senior citizens, or industry partners. Also, communication meets basic needs but could deepen engagement through personalized messaging. For number 3, we have communication channels and tools. So, media utilization. Tinig ng Kaunlaran serves as a traditional print and digital platform, complemented by Quezon Power's website. So these tools are used to disseminate CSR stories such as coastal cleanup drives and OJT program resumption. However, there is a limited evidence of robust social media engagement or integration with interactive digital platforms. So for the evaluation, there is an effective use of newsletters for formal communication. However, there is this limited evidence of multi-platform integration, particularly with social media or rich media, for example, videos or forums. For number 4, we have message consistency and quality. So, we will be talking about coherence and clarity. So, CSR messages across Tinig ng Kaunlaran are consistent in tone and content. They clearly communicate outcomes such as number of beneficiaries and nature of programs, and aligned with Quezon Power's values of service, empowerment, and sustainability. So, for the evaluation, there is a strong consistency and clarity in messaging. Also, the tone is appropriate, professional, yet community-centered. For number 5, we have impact measurement and feedback. So this is all about impact assessment. So QPL provides anecdotal evidence of program reach, such as, for example, there is this 1,385 pupils served by feeding programs and 700 patients helped through medical missions. However, there is no direct reference to impact evaluation tools like surveys, engagement metrics, or formal feedbacks loop from stakeholders. So for the evaluation, impact is reported but not rigorously measured. So also there is no clear mechanism for collecting or reporting stakeholder feedback. For number 6, communication strategy adaptation. So flexibility and responsiveness. So there is limited information on how Quezon Power adopts its communication strategies based on stakeholder feedback or evolving community needs. So the resumption of the OJT programs post-pandemic suggests some responsiveness, but adaptation in communication itself is not explicitly documented. So for the evaluation, some program adaptation is observed, and there is no explicit evidence or of adaptive communication strategies. For number 7, we have brand alignment and reputation management. So we are talking about corporate image and trust. So CSR messaging reinforces Quezon Power's brand identity as a socially responsible and community-driven enterprise. So initiatives highlighted in Tinig ng Kaunlaran effectively showcase the company as a reliable development partner in Mauban. Visits by local leaders such as the Mayor of Mauban further validate stakeholder trust. So for the evaluation, there is a strong alignment between CSR communication and brand reputation. Also, the communication builds community trust and institutional credibility. For number 8, we have budget and resource allocation. So we are now talking about cost efficiency. So the company does not provide specific data on budget allocation or cost efficiency of communication efforts. However, the consistent publication of Tinig ng Kaunlaran and the execution of multiple programs suggest adequate resource commitment. So for the evaluation, there is this insufficient data to fully assess resource efficiency. However, operational consistency indicates resource adequacy. So for number 9, we have the long-term sustainability and legacy. So this is all about ongoing communication and program evolution. So Quezon Power's sustained coverage of legacy projects such as CEPDEL and environmental programs indicates a long-term communication outlook. However, it is unclear whether there is a formal plan for continuous messaging that evolves with program outcomes. So for the evaluation, communication supports legacy building. However, a more dynamic future-facing communication plan could enhance sustainability. So while Quezon Power has demonstrated a strong commitment to community development, there is a few opportunity for enhancement in their CSR communication. So these insights that I'm about to report aim to offer practical suggestions for refining their approach to ensure even greater community impact and engagement moving forward. So the first one will be strengthening impact measurement and feedback mechanisms. So here are the opportunity for enhancement. So Quezon Power has shown excellent efforts through initiatives like CEPDEL Scholarship Program and medical missions. But there's a chance to deepen the connection with community through measuring the impact of this program. So right now, while the outcomes are discussed, qualitative data or formal feedback channels from beneficiaries and stakeholders are not as prominent. So here are some suggestions regarding that matter. So implementing feedback systems. So one effective step would be to integrate feedback surveys or focus groups into their programs to capture how community feels about the initiatives. So this would help Quezon Power gauge the direct impact and identify areas where they can improve further. Also, they can have impact reports. So by publishing annual impact reports, they could share concrete outcomes such as the number of students who successfully graduated with scholarship support or the improvement in health statistics following medical missions. So we have expanding multi-platform communication. So opportunity for enhancement. So the Tinig ng Kaunlaran newsletter is a great tool, but there's an exciting opportunity to broaden Quezon Power's communication reach by embracing digital platforms and multi-channel integration. So this could help them connect with wider audience, especially the younger or more tech-savvy demographic. So here are the suggestions. So, boosting digital presence. A simple yet powerful strategy would be to amplify their messages through social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter. So engaging visual content such as short videos or real-time updates could help extend the reach of their CSR efforts beyond traditional newsletters. Also, they could have interactive content. So additionally, these interactive contents or interactive online events like live Q&A sessions or virtual tours of CSR programs could be an exciting way to engage with the community and foster a deeper connection. So we also have creating dynamic feedback loops for stakeholder engagement. So for this one, here are the opportunity for enhancement. So while Quezon Power's CSR programs are commendable, the engagement of stakeholders, both internal and external, can be further strengthened by creating two-way communication channels. So for instance, while the company regularly shares updates, community members and other stakeholders might not have clear avenues to share their thoughts or ideas. So here are the suggestions. So building inclusive feedback platforms. So Quezon Power could establish an easily accessible online forum or regular community meetings where stakeholders can share their experiences and suggestions. So this will ensure that the company's strategies are always in tune with evolving needs of the community. Also, it is suggested for them to have stakeholder workshops. So by organizing a periodic stakeholder workshop or focus group discussion, Quezon Power can continue adapting and improving its CSR program based on real-time community input. Next one will be adapting to changing needs and long-term communication strategy. So here are the opportunity for enhancement. So one of the greatest opportunities for Quezon Power lies in future-proofing its CSR communications. So while current initiatives are impactful, the long-term sustainability of these programs can be better communicated through forward-looking strategies. So the community needs to know excuse me, not just what being done today, but also how the initiatives will evolve to meet future challenges. So here are the suggestions. So first one is the dynamic long-term plans. So to create excitement and continued interest, Quezon Power can share long-term plans for each CSR pillar. For example, alongside updates on current educational program, they could outline future scholarships opportunity or health initiatives planned for the coming years. Also, they could have quarterly updates. So regular updates with new milestones or evolving program goals can also keep the community engaged and invested in the long-term success of the company's CSR initiative. So next one will be resource transparency and efficiency allocation. So here are the opportunity for enhancement. So while the company does a great job delivering its CSR programs, there's a room to shine even brighter by offering more transparency regarding how resources are allocated and spent. So knowing how funds are distributed can reinforce trust and accountability with the community and other stakeholders. So here are some suggestions. So they could have resource allocation transparency. So a simple way to promote transparency would be to include a resource breakdown in annual CSR report. So this can include financials, human resource involvement, and the allocation of funds for different projects. Also, they can have enhanced budget communication. So Quezon Power could also highlight the cost effectiveness of their CSR initiatives by showing how strategic partnerships or leveraging of local resources makes the program even more impactful while staying budget conscious. So in conclusion, Quezon Power has made impressive strides in its CSR efforts, as evidenced by its impactful programs in education, healthcare, livelihood, and environmental stewardship. However, by implementing a few strategic enhancements such as improving feedback mechanisms, expanding digital communication, and enhancing stakeholder engagement, the company can elevate its CSR communication to new heights. So these changes would not only help Quezon Power strengthen its relationship with the community, but also ensure that its efforts remain relevant, sustainable, and impactful for years to come. So thank you so much for listening, Doc Mel, and have a great day.